Health news now, a quick way to give your brain a boost. Also, a new threat linked to carrying extra weight around your middle in middle age.
But first, could popular gel manicures increase your risk of skin cancer? Dr. Frank McGeorge is here with a new study raising concerns.
Yeah, Kim and Devin. So, researchers actually decided to investigate this after reading multiple reports of very rare cancers on the fingers of people who frequently had gel manicures. So in the lab, they found it's the ultraviolet lights used to dry gel nail polish that caused skin cell death and damage. Now, the dryers were also capable of causing DNA mutations, which could be linked to skin cancers. Now, scientists say longer, large-scale studies are really the definitive thing here necessary to prove a link between the dryers and cancer, and that's going to take at least 10 years to complete. Now, a new study suggests that spare tire around your middle or that middle-age spread may actually raise your risk of becoming frail down the road. Researchers found 4,500 people aged 45 years and up for over 2 decades. They found participants who had a high or moderately high waist size at the start were 57% more likely as they aged to have poor grip strength, a slower walking speed, overall exhaustion, and low physical activity. The study's authors actually believe this increased frailty could be caused by inflammation of fat cells, which can damage muscle fibers. Now, finally, new research suggests even small amounts of vigorous activity can help boost your brain power. The UK study found spending as little as 6 to 9 minutes being active improved cognition scores compared to those who just spent that time basically sitting or sleeping. Researchers actually saw the biggest impact on executive processes like planning and organization. So the bottom line here, of course, is even making these minimal changes can actually have a real impact.
Every little bit counts.
Most of us, we think we can find 6 to 9 minutes, right?
I think you can squeeze that out for
can't
that
find an hour, but yeah. All right, Doc.
Sure. All right, a new survey reveals the goals today's parents have for their children.
Pew Research Group interviewed more than 3,500 parents. Some of these results may surprise you a bit. When asked what they want for their children, no surprise here maybe, 88% ranked financial independence and jobs or careers they enjoy as either extremely important or very important. Only 41% said a college degree was extremely or very important. 21%, just 21% said marriage. And only 20% said they want their own children to experience having children of their own.
Well, when asked if parenting is rewarding or enjoyable, the most popular response was most of the time. When asked if it's tiring, the top responses were some of the time and most of the time. And parents felt about the same when it came to the stress of parenting. And Pew also asked parents how important that role is to their identity. 30% said it was the most important aspect of who they are, and 58% said it is one of the most important aspects.
When asked how they think they're doing as parents, 48%, about half, said they're doing a very good job. 16% rated their own performance as excellent. You ever thought you were doing it excellently?
Every day I question.
Every day. As for the difficulty level, 36% said parenting was somewhat harder than they expected, and 26% said parenting was a lot harder. So that's about 2/3 saying it is either somewhat harder or a lot harder than they thought it would be going in.